So just going through these capacitors that we'd be stuffing. This one just pulled out and it's 100 UF. Uh-oh. Hey, welcome back to the Man Cave Workshop. Thank you very much for joining me again. So, moving on with this R300. As you can see, it's... I forgot to press record. But the dial face is now off. And that's getting ready to be cleaned up. Came off quite easy. There is a mark on the on this perspex on the dial face. I don't know if it'll show up in shot. Now something's run down it. It feels like it's indentated rather than sitting on the top, which is a shame. We'll have a go at cleaning up that best we can. I'm just going to take that to the sink and soak it and wash it. Soap and water, totally non-abrasive cloth, and see what happens with that. With this bit, just a very light wipe over. Really don't want to take any of these decals off. So the actual radio itself, yep, I've took, I'm staying with the case actually, I took the speaker out and the grill face, and all I'm going to do with that is just clean it up. It doesn't need respraying or anything. With the case, there's the Roberts badge that might take off, or we might just use a chrome pen just to brighten it up again while it's on the case. Don't want to do too much. Back grill, have a go at pushing a couple of dents out. Got a nasty ding in the back there actually. Might come out with a bit of pressure. So moving back to the speaker. The speaker a bit rusty, so we'll give that a rub down and perhaps put a little bit of very light oil on it just to stop it corroding any further. Back to the radio, we took out. Right, from the start it didn't work. We have zapped the AF117s and then it made noise. We've changed the electrolytic capacitors and used the original shells to restuff the modern ones so it looks nice. We took out 8 Hunt's non-polarised capacitors, you can see here, and we've changed them for these like cherry coloured modern caps. Let's see if we broke it. So I haven't tested it yet. All I've done is started stripping it down ready for the clean up. Let's test it with its own speaker and see if it makes noise. It did make noise when we played about with the AF117s at some point. I think it was when we was tapping them. Let's get ready. So I've got a light connected to my DC power supply limit. It's really good at letting me know if it's switched on or off without having to glance at it. So you might have seen the shade come in a little bit there. This is going to be tricky without the dial face. Let's see, we've got volume. Yeah, let's put it about halfway. Let's try, if we put it on, try this. Oh, this is going to be hard to turn without. I have cleaned this switch up. It was a bit of temperamental making contact. But I hope that's cured it. A quick look at that actually. I've just cleaned that bit up, the back plate of it, to hopefully help. Right, let's get the right way around. Power. Speaker shorting everything out, is it? No shorts there. Can get to the buttons. Let's give it power. Nothing. Oh, it's not switched on yet. Let's switch it to medium wave. Oh, it's making a hiss. Oh. Let's give it some volume. Oh, of course. Of course, everything could short out easy. It's probably well out of alignment now. We're changing all these caps. and it's facing the wrong way, the ferrite rod in here. Oh, that's made it stronger. Right, so we are getting stations on medium wave. That's good. I'm quite happy with that because it was a non-working radio and now it makes noise. Let's see, long wave. It's so hard. It makes noise on long wave. I find it difficult to tune into anything whistling in here on long wave, but it is making noise. That's good that the switch is making contact. Blimey. It's really difficult to switch these switches when there's no knob on them. Oh, so I'm part way to putting the radio back together. I've come to the point where I've got the dial face on, and that's got its nuts here and here, here and here. And there is a point to note that when you come to put the needle back on, if you push it all the way down, what it'll do is it will, let me move them wires out of the way, it'll rub against the dial face. So the idea is that you set it so it's not too high up that it rubs on the outer face, but it's not too low down that it rubs on the dial face, because you'll end up rubbing all the numbers off and it'll look a mess. So while that's back on, luckily the actual perspex glass came up okay. You can still see the line where that mark had been, but luckily it looked like it would like a melted candle. So when it's on now, it looks okay. I'm going to pop this on, put the buttons on. They came up okay as well. There they are. One of the bright tops is a bit of deeper colour, so we'll put that in the middle. These two others seem to match. Just going to give the inside of this a wipe so there's no fingerprints on it, and then carry on getting this radio back together. Okay, the Roberts R300 all back together, looking nice and clean and shiny. Looks better than it did before. Really pleased with how the dial face came up. Badges come up okay. The grill's come up nice and clean. Still an indentation here. I didn't want to push my luck with that. I didn't want to make it worse, which is easy to make them worse. If you catch it in the right light, you can see it there. Hey ho. Let's just turn it on briefly. We're on a sports station. Don't want any music on.
Player. Look for 5 lives. Final score. Liverpool supporters singing their more.
So we've gone from a non-working radio to a working one now. It makes noise. It's had all them little jobs done to it. Like I said, I don't want any music strikes, so I'll switch it off. I did find another one of them Hunt's capacitors right at the end. I thought I'd got them all, and there's one that hides up near the volume pot up there. It's this one, a 0.02. So we did that one as well. We put the battery snap back on, the leads for the external antenna, put them back on, put it all back in its chassis, oiled the turntable base. Oh, does that work? Yeah, the door shuts. Oiled the turntable base, put a couple new screws in to hold the wedges in that hold the chassis in, and there we go. Let's give it a spin, make sure it doesn't hit anything. So that's as far as I'm going with this radio. From a non-working radio to a working radio that looks tidy and nice. That's great. It's going to go side by side with a R200 that I have. Let's bring that in view for you. I do like these R200s. If I've got to be honest, this needs a bit of tidying up still. If I've got to be honest, I prefer the R200 to the R300. So I was saying before it cut off then that I prefer the R200 to the R300. Only because I'm not sure if the R300 has variants like this, but there's a variant of the R200 that doesn't have any AF117s, so you don't have that problem with them. I say this one was restored. Did I say? I'm not sure. Restored a while ago. I restored it. These aren't the original Plessis. These are just the shells. There's modern capacitors under there, but if you have a look, there are no AF117s in this particular variant of this R200, which, let's have a quick look at the serial number, 57095. Like I say, I'm not sure if they do the R300. I'll have to do a bit of research myself to see if they do these without the AF117s. Much more reliable without the AF117s, in my opinion. Anyway, there we go. That's the this R300 finished as far as I'm concerned. Nice little set to have. As always, thanks for joining me, and I shall catch you next time. Cheers, guys. Be good to each other.